What's going on, everybody? It's Saul Sunforged for Dungeons and Taverns. How's everybody doing? Today we're going to go ahead on work on the one of the world maps for campaign 2. I've decided to make several world maps because I'm going to have 4 or possibly 5 separate worlds accessible from the world that campaign 1 is on. And so that will create basically my own universe, my own lore, and we'll branch out. We'll branch out from there. So this is the second of the 5. The first one is the one the players are playing on currently. In case you forgot, or in case you didn't ever know, if you didn't watch the last video, I wrote down the settlement sizes. I just rewrote them here. I changed the numbers a little bit, and I got rid of the trading posts, because really trading posts can be of any size. There isn't a maximum for size for a trading post. Traditionally trading posts are smaller. They're usually in an area where a lot of foot traffic has to come through that area. And if you don't give adventurers and commoners and things like that really a choice, and they have to go through your area, well, chances are very good that your area is going to grow. And then as your area grows, crime and things are going to go up as well. And so then you have to start getting, at least a patrol going. And then you might have to surround it with barricades of some sort, maybe then like a temporary wall. That as it grows larger, a permanent wall, and that on and on from there. And we'll cover a video where we grow from settlement size to settlement size. We'll make a video like that for you guys. And then I looked at this music beforehand, and I don't think I got a copyright strike from any of these before. And so we're going to play this for the video. I'm not exactly sure how long this video is going to be. I'm probably going to try to lay down where I want each city, village, hamlet, so on and so on. Roughly how many I want to be, and then we'll take a count of how many of each one I have, and then we'll adjust from there, kind of. And we'll probably do all that in this video. So, I'm off of work. I'm feeling good, and we want a good portion. We want a good video. We want some good quality content. So I think laying down where I kind of want my cities to be. We might even lay down some of like the main population and things like that, like who they are, like what they are, etc., etc. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do the clone now or after the cities are up? I think I'm going to do it after I have where the cities are going to be. After I name them, like proper names. All right, let's start up the music. Let's put it on loop here. All right, there we go. I had to make sure my sound was good on my end. All right, we'll put that over here on this side, just as our handy reference of what our settlement sizes in this world are going to be. It might not be the same every world exactly, but it's not going to necessarily matter until it does, if it does. I could have made the village, hamlet, town. I could have made each one a different icon, like a more grander icon, I guess. We might, we might do that, but I don't know. Hold on. A good deal of villages will be any type of settlement in the jungle is almost always going to be a village or an outpost. You might have a town, one like just a few towns and cities, perhaps, but especially if you have underground populations. All right, check this out. Yeah, I'm fine, honey. Thank you. The first metropolis of the map. What do you think about that? In the jungle. 100,000 plus people. I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to make it yet. And also, some of these places may not even be humanoid civilizations. Some of them could be monster outposts. I'm not sure if I should put those on the map, though. Or if I should keep them a surprise. I don't know. Maybe some of them should be on the map. Like, the more, like, for sure known. Like, this is... Yeah, like, this is... You don't want to come here unless you're packing a lunch and bringing a bunch. Town. Right on the waterway. Okay, so then we'll have right there. A city? Yeah, we'll have a... We built this city. Alright. We got a city. Alright, so that the jungle is well represented. A metropolis, like this is like a power zone here. Like all the resources that are going to come out of this place right here. I mean, you got your ore, your silver, you got gold. You got hills and some possibility for gems. You got freaking lots of lumber. You got pitch, clean water, soil, fertilizers, just furniture, just a whole slew of things, weaponry. And technically, up here too would be part of this jungle. Oh, let's see. Right on the river there. Right next to the clean water source. Yeah. Alright, that's plenty. And some of these are going to be above ground. Some, like I said, some are going to be underground. We know it's a jungle. We don't need that no more. That'd be interesting if I put another Metropolis here, and those two Metropolises actually weren't friends. Could be interesting. I'm just trying to decide where a good place for one would be. Let's see. Do we want to do villages all through here? No. Let's see. Up there, up there. There we go. That's It's a lot of cities already. But, you know, we're dedicated. It's going to happen. We'll leave that there for right now. No, you know, I think we'll do a village there. 2 villages on that one instead of a city. But let me tell you, that village is going to be rich. Alright. We never even finished up here either, huh? Let's see. 3, 4, 6. Yeah, that's a lot. Wow. They're going to have a lot of places to potentially go choose from. This would be great. Alright, so not counting the nomadic roaming people. Right there we'll have... That's a Thorpe. It's a village. Alright, so they go off of the same body of water. A Thorpe and a village. So that means that body of water can support about 3,000 people without drying up. Alright. We'll go with a town. Maybe make their body of water just a touch bigger. So a Thorpe, a village, a town, and then over here on the waterway, nah, Maybe not Metropolis. All right, we'll go with city. A proper city. Reduce the size of these name tags a bit. Well, I don't know. Is there really enough room here for 2 towns? That seems a bit aggressive. All right. That's fine. I'm not going to do that for every single one. I'll do it over time, but there's no real reason to. It's more of because the words are just taking up so much of the map. I want to see exactly how much I have, like, room I have between these things. All right, so we got we got some of these places a little bit smaller. Now we got some of the cities in the desert done. Let's adjust the grass, the forest over here, and see how many cities we have, or how many settlements. I use the word city interchangeably for settlement. I guess I could say town, but then it's still using the word interchangeably. Alright, so we got a city, a hamlet, a town. There's a town here on this body of water. I'm trying to think of what would work here. Right here at this bend, we have. What are we gonna have right there at that bend? That's a village. a thorp right there. City, hamlet, town, village, thorp. So they're looking decently strong. They have tons of resources here. I mean, these guys have tons of resources. Really, each zone has a good deal of resources, and not the same resources. So that's going to cause conflict with places that have stuff that they have an abundance of, and somebody needs it, and they're not allies. That's going to cause tensions to happen. All right, so we're gonna have a town here, right at the where the river dissects into a pond, and then keeps going. Right there in that little area there, there's gonna be a town. That's gonna be the first rice town, and the rice trade is really really good. Because this specific area here in the entire world produces probably 90% of the rice. You know, so these people are going to have job security. They're almost going to be land barons, really. And they can kind of control the prices of other goods based off of theirs because of how influential they are. They're like a conglomerate of rice barons. Put that back. Actually, I like that there. Now, should I put anything in here? I think I probably should, but I'm also gonna leave it a mystery. What's in there to the party, and any map maker, back in medieval, like they're just gonna draw the area. Do you really think they're gonna take the time to go explore this muck? I don't. And so they're not really going to know what the heck's in there. They're just going to know it's there and roughly how large it is. Alright, so do we have anybody living near the peat sink? Collecting the peat? Yeah. We're going to have a very industrious and also, again, rather decently prosperous village. Peat is definitely not as rare as the rice is. As you can see, there's quite a few places of peat. But it's pretty much this valley. The rice and peat pretty much come from this valley. So we have a village there. And probably like a village there. And maybe even like a village right there that goes down the cliffside and collects the peat. I'll be right back. You're your restroom. Sorry, it's hot. It's so hot in here. It's got to be at least 86, 87. Alright, so we got our towns over here. What will we have here? Alright, and then I feel like we need a Metropolis over here. Like right here. So this way it can control. Oh yeah. I like that better. A few cities around here in danger of becoming metropolises. Metropolises. I mean, this city could be a metropolis, or really this one right here. I mean, it depends because these are all workers, but it could be a worker metropolis where it's like almost 100% workers. That would be insanely productive, but There's Dwarven City. Yeah, the dwarves are really well represented there. I mean, that's minimum of 125,000 dwarves right here. So yeah, they definitely have a lock right now. Anyway, they have a pretty good watch on what's going on over here. All right, so and it's really fucking cold up here. So that's going to severely alter the size of some of these places. So you know I have something big planned for over there. I could give you a hint. What enemy would you be very afraid of to be in a very cold region and gathered up by the thousands, the hundreds of thousands, the tens of thousands over and over? What possible enemy would that be? Actually, want to add some right here real quick. Just, I don't want that peeking out. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. I just don't want that peeking out. Alright, so that zone's taken care of. Oh, actually, I think I would, yeah. I wanted something up here. What did I want up here? Was it a town? I think it was a town. I could change it after if I want to, but I'm just kind of putting my original impressions on where things are. You know, it's not set in stone. It isn't really set in stone until the players interact with it in that session. So, but I like to build the world before the players get to it. Just starting out, you don't want to do this. I would not recommend this at all for a beginner. You'll go crazy. You'll go crazy. Because each one of these places is going to need named, and then I'm going to have to write up a Wikipedia article on each one of these, or at least the important ones. The small ones, it might just be like a sentence or two, just to keep the amount of writing I need to do down. the swamp people several villages. No, this one I want to be a city, a swamp city. It's gonna span across the water on both sides, so it's gonna be basically like several villages combined. And this city is gonna exert pressure on these villages here to join it. And if they do, that city might become a metropolis, a swamp metropolis. Oh my gosh. How about make a pass through here? So this metropolis, so the swamp and what's here is constantly fighting. And then we have the dwarves over here protecting the exit out this way. So most of society owes a great deal of debt to these dwarves, and they have no idea. Alright, so we get the village, city village. We got three towns over here. Put city there. Get rid of that town. This city here locks down this waterway here. Little ships are sailing up here with Pete. They're sailing upriver. And then this is like the turnstile to control them to go down into here. Or you could just have wagons going around the waterway here. Have a city over here that's a bigger port. And all these cities here ship their goods out from the port city. Something like that. Alright. Should we put something in the mangrove? That'd be kind of cool. Amongst the sequoias. A little sequoia village. What do we have up in the sequoias? Halflings? I mean, the traditional would be elves, but can we have halflings up there? Making little wicker baskets and stuff to lower themselves up and down and freaking living up in the village. Having rope bridges between the sequoias. Multiple layers of rope bridges. And then they can have their little homes and stuff attached to the sequoias. Like tree houses. Multiple level tree houses even. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. It's going to be sweet. I see it in my head. Perfect. Would it be a village? Yeah, it'd be a village. Those trees are big and they're strong, but supporting over 2,000 people for that, it's a pretty tall ask. They have room for some growth, you know, but not much. There's only so many sequoias. Alright, well we know it's a mangrove, so we don't need to include that no more. Because I'm pretty sure you remember what a mangrove is at this point. Alright, so what about this mostly cold year-round region? This region here is mostly soggy year-round. So, let's see here. Yeah, we could throw it. We could throw in some thorps in there. Nothing big. Maybe an outpost or so. I'll probably just label it an outpost, but we could just call it specifically a thorp outpost. So I specifically know when I get to making it what to plan. Thorp trading post. There we go. I probably should. Every trading post should. I should probably write down the size that I intend it to be. Not really any kind of big civilizations up in here. Mostly trouble. There we go. I feel like there'd be a hamlet like right in here, like a little cozy hamlet, butted up right up against the mountain. Like so, when I make that place, if I have to or whatever, I'm probably gonna make it so that the mountain forms the very backdrop of the city. All right. And so we know this is frozen. This is frozen water, but it's frozen solid. It's thick. Like a Tarrasque could probably walk on this and probably not fall through. In most places, I might have a few places where the part, like right here, where the party's gonna have to be careful. It's still mostly frozen, but there's a chance if there's too much weight, it'll crack and it'll fall through. So, what are we going to put out here? Just put a little trading post out there. Alright, so the dwarven presence over here is going to be it's going to be a city. People can go through here as a route over to this pass over in here, if they wish to go from here. And these dwarves kind of just watch the area. The dwarves of this land are rather good protectors, I'd say. There's definitely elves and other races, but I'd say this land has a decent attendance of dwarves. They have a good showing, for sure. Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, that's good. All right, so then let's go over here. Shh. All right, so that's a thorp there. In these woods, we're outside the dwarves' home. We'll put it over here. Do village there. And I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna go make maps for each one of these places right off the top. I'm not gonna do that because there's a chance. There's a good chance that you know they don't go to this world in that campaign. It's not up to me. It's up to them. I'm just creating the space in which all of my future campaigns are going to dwell. And so it will get hit on. This world will get touched by multiple parties. It's just a matter of when. Because I'm making all this stuff for my future play sessions, and it's going to roll right along. 5th edition, 6th edition, Pathfinder. This world's going to be this world that I'm creating, all the lore and everything. It's going to be put to work. All right, so then we go ahead and actually we'll place a town here. Maybe I should make that trading post instead of Thorpe, make it a hamlet. Because all these people are going to have to be getting their goods from somewhere. And so, whatever goods they can't get directly, from traveling merchants or whatnot, they're going to have to make the trek to this outpost. So all these places here are going to be, especially these two hamlets here, they're going to be sending caravans of people across the ice constantly. They're going to have several teams going back and forth at any time, all times a day. Ooh, this one's tricky. What would this one be? Um, we're gonna make that one a proper city. It has pretty good protection from the sea. It has ports areas for docks for their harbor, resources, some trees. Just go across the water with a barge or something. All right, so let's get busy here. Some more cities. Let's see here. We want a city there. And we got a city up in here. Do we have other cities? Yes. few farming villages over there. Oh, the music started over. That's alright. We're starting to... Well, I think we're probably past the midway point of the video. I think... I mean, I guess I got a few more... You know, I got a lot more to do, but a lot more cities or settlements and to place down. But we're getting close. We're getting real close. No, it's too cold. It's way too cold up there. Maybe we'll do a town, not a city. So far in this world, they have what? 3 metropolises, I think. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 4. 4. Okay, 4. Their front over here, the dwarf front over here is looking a little bit weak. In terms of what they have over here, that's coming up next. Yeah, those 2 dwarven outposts are towns. So in totality, oh, there's another one. What would that one be? On top of a ridge overlooking the rice fields. The water separating from the desert. It's a pretty good area for growth. They're a city. I decked out this jungle. Wow, I really did it. I really did a number on this jungle. This is such a populated jungle. It makes sense. It makes sense. The climate's warmer. There's a lot of gobos in this map. It definitely makes sense. Alright, so we got the goblins, the dwarves, we got undead, we got elven cities, trade cities. a town outpost. Because they essentially control the so much trade that happens. They gotta get their cut, you know? So that I can easily see the goods that are coming down here costing a lot more than they would up here. A lot more. Alright, so now we gotta take care of this desert, the fjord, and the rest of this rainforest here. It's a Metropolis right there. No doubt about that. Ooh. Come on. You bum. There we go. Alright, so that's the Elves Metropolis. Where's the Goblins Metropolis gonna be? All through that mangrove. They got burrowing tunnels connecting all through that mangrove. Because it's literally, it's like hundreds of miles. You know. So they have a rather imposing jungle forest right there. Just get rid of that village. Alright, now the fjord, because I was looking at it and like there's the orcs who primarily live here, half orcs, ogres, they're like lizard men. They're gonna have so, oh my god, they're gonna have this territory locked down. Like, wait until you see what I'm done with this. in the city, their cities are outward facing, right? So they can pro- project strength. Check this out. Metropolis. Right there. Up front. Like a tank. Just like if you're trying to take out this whole area like as a because there's a ton of resources in here. Like the orcs are very well set up in this campaign. And there's obviously there's so many villages in here. I'm not even gonna go ahead and write all the villages down. Because there's Roman war parties that set up encampments and stuff all through in here. And so technically each encampment is like its own thorp because of how many people are in it. So if these orcs ever wanted to smoke, man, they could probably overrun these dwarves, no problem. And then these dwarves would have a very long trek to get over there to try to help them. They would have to hope they would hold out through a huge journey, and then these dwarves over here would have a war of attrition, from the forced march to weather. Although dwarves are a little bit more hardy than other races. But if they went to go help these guys, I could easily see the undead activity going rampant and escaping up and through here, and it causing like this whole panic amongst all these rice villages and everything. I think if they went to go attack the gobos or even the elves, they would have a war of attrition with the heat. They would just break down trying to travel that far. The goblins would just take care of them. Because like we're not talking about just 5-10 goblins here. We're talking about like a standing army of 25,000 goblins ready to march. The oh yeah. They have 2 metropolises. So let's count how many orcs, half orcs, the like. Approximately, there will be 2, 25, 50. It looks like 257,000 people minimum. No, 275, 280, 282,500. 282,500 is the absolute minimum for every single one of these settlement sizes. So that is beastly, especially when you consider that orcs are primarily a fighting race. And then we're going to have some mountain hamlets that aren't, that they're more or less independent. Yeah, that's good. That's good. This way's mining tunnels primarily. These are primarily mining towns in the mountains. Alright, so let's focus on this oasis. This is a badass looking oasis. I love the way I made it look. Love it. Alright, so this oasis is going to support a desert metropolis. Alright, off the bat. Like, around the oasis is just going to be a collection of cities where you're like, you don't know where one city ends and the other begins, so it's just a metropolis. What else do I want in this desert here? Village. Kind of half desert, half grassland. Have them be some brick makers. Do we really want there to be too many towns? I mean, these are all on the border of the desert, really. That metropolis, though, that's thriving. So we've got to get an outpost somewhere in here. That's just the name tag. It's not actually a metropolis. I'm trying to decide what I do want to make that city though. Town. Alright, so this town's gonna be closer to the tower or closer to the pyramids? And we kind of want to put... Do we want to put water? I mean, this desert's pretty long. We probably should put another oasis. I could make it look like this one, but I don't know. I feel like that would detract from the beauty of the original. Possibly. Alright. I don't know, man. That's a lot of places that they could go. A lot of cities. And there's like a whole bunch of adventure that's not in cities, too. And I might make a world that, you know, like the next one or the one after that, where there's even fewer metropolises and mostly everything is villages and towns and very few cities. Maybe make it like a world where dragons ran amok, or a world where the undead have already taken over and humanity's trying to fight back for survival of that world. Like adventurers are coming in trying to help clear it out from other worlds. Yeah, that could be a good campaign hook. And a lot of the population is leaving, but you're coming in to try to help rescue. I'm taking some of these away just because I don't like purple. I mean, I love purple. I don't know if I like it there, so what I'm trying to say. placing those there for now. We should probably place them down in the water over here, so we could zoom in more on that over there, fix the problem. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time, I think. So I kind of want this area to glow a different color. I want it to be bright like it is, and you know it looks cool, but I want it to perhaps be, yeah, blue. Wow. Okay. So we have to get rid of some of these colors. Okay. Even though these cities aren't even made yet, like it was fun talking about different battle and different armies and things like that with you guys. I just device is not ready. Really? Alright. So we just got a few cities we're going to put in here. And then maybe over here. And then I think we should probably be done. Maybe something in the savannah. Some villages or something here. Maybe some hamlets. Little cozy hamlets. They don't really have nothing else to really grow, but people like living there. It's relatively peaceful. You know, who the heck's gonna cross the desert to come get them? And then you get this frozen area up here. Nobody's really trying to come from down there because those areas are already set. They're not really trying to grow and attack anybody or anything like that. So they're just kind of there along the river because, you know, most of the populations are going to be focused around the water. That's good. That's fine. This way there's room to grow. There's room for discovery. Alright. So the elves. What do the elves have here? Is this purely elven land? No, I wouldn't say it is. I wouldn't say the elves have really any pure lands over here. You know, because they have neighbors rather close to them that have oh yeah, I like that salt marsh I put there. But yeah, the proximity of their neighbors means that they don't purely have really any lands that are just them. But where in here would I have? Would there be mostly thorps in here? Thorps and hamlets with occasional villages, maybe. The salt marsh. I can see a city in the salt marsh. 2 cities in the salt marsh? Yeah, 'cause that's, I mean, that's a pretty large piece of land. Look at that. There we go. 3 cities just in that little piece of land there. I can make a campaign just on that piece of land. Guarantee I could. Just decorate it up, put some caves, some dungeons, all these little microcosms of lands and stuff up here. Just put them down in here. Some hills, a little mountain range, maybe going through the middle, separating the land. Yeah, I can do it. That's the great thing about D&D is you could make it as big or as small as you want, and you can make a compelling campaign. I tend to always go big. I tend to keep going bigger and not going smaller the next time. I keep going bigger. So that's why I'm just making the biggest I could go, realistically as one person. And then I'm not going to ever have to top myself. Because I won't be able to. Because of how long, just the sheer length of time it's going to take to do it. So all these places we're gonna start naming them next session, and we might start naming rivers and things, and possibly forests, and I don't know. I'm still trying to get a bearing on what most people are interested in. Me, I'm interested in names of forests and things, because as a player, if I go through the forest right here and it's called Itchy Bottom Forest, and we go back through, and somebody else, maybe we go through there twice or something. Well, when somebody else in this world refers to Itchy Bottom Forest, chances are pretty high I'm going to remember that forest and recall it in my head. And that's kind of what I want from the players, to be able to recall things. They don't need to explore all the lore and the dragon wars and the dragons and the giants fighting each other, and they don't need to know all that. It's just they don't need to immerse themselves deeply in the lore if they don't want to. I'm not going to want to be one of those DMs that forces them to. It's going to be basically on them. Each town's going to have their own problems. Some towns may not have problems when the players get there, but may later on. And then some towns, once the players become renowned for solving problems, will send out delegates to find the players. And I've seen this little streak here for a few sessions now, and I was going back and forth in my head, like if I want to change it or not. I like it. I like it there. It doesn't look like it belongs there, and so it's going to stay. Advance. What was it? 100, 175, 100. No. I said 175. Move this cloud a little bit. And really, there probably should be more clouds, but there's no reason to overdo clouds on a map. I do like them. They work good for mist too. Although this transparent mist, I like it. I like it. All in all, Incarnate's a really good program. It's a really great value if you make even occasional maps, it's a great value. Are we gonna put islands out here? I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to. I don't think we need to. It'll just open up a little bit of extra water, you know, because I don't think anybody wants a map that's like 98% land. Although that would make a very compelling map, I think. I mean, I think anything's a compelling map if you think about it, though. Just need a little bit of spark of creativity. But I could definitely see territories fighting over the last bit of fresh water. Oh my gosh, that would be a huge war. Have it happen like in the middle of the map, or like at a natural choke point or something, and have like 4 or 5 front war, and then the party has to navigate through all those war zones. Or a world with no water, and druids are looked at as the top dogs, the leaders, because they could create food and water. All right, so this little piece of land here, are we gonna just keep it barren? I think I actually want to put a few hills up there, or maybe even possibly do a Oh, that might be risky. Doing a secondary level like this, like right here or something. Let's see, how would that even look? Let's check it out. We're just moving these trees out of the way for right now. We may not even like this and then just scrap it, you know? There we go. That that looks all right. So it's like this ground is higher than this ground, which is higher than this ground, and this ground is so low that's why it floods. Makes sense to me. We'll keep it. Wow, the music started over again? I did not realize how much time we've put into this so far. I mean, it's great. It's cool. I enjoy hanging out with you guys, you know. And then once the channel grows um, bigger, which I'm focusing on putting out more content right now, but once I focus on growing the channel, eventually we'll be able to do these types of things live. And then you guys can ask D&D questions or map questions or whatever uh, while we're doing this. And that's my goal, is to help out the community, engage with the community, and, Alright, so... Okay, so we pretty much got the cities, like, where we want them. I don't think I'm going to add any more. I might end up actually taking some away, or spreading them out further, possibly. Alright. Where the heck are all these blue ones coming from? Wait, so why do they look white on the background? That's crazy. What is this stamp called specifically? Fey lights. We're going to change this up a bit, I believe. Just so I can get it like I want it, you know? Like there's nothing specifically wrong with it. There we go. And then is there a light source? Yeah. And is there another one? We'll get it. We'll get it. There we go. And then there's another one. Alright, so let's check out one of these individual lights here. Yeah, look. Is it because they're not blue enough? That's super annoying. Does it stay blue if I put it up above everything? No, but it stays blue in the water. Look at that. Yeah, so all these right here are supposed to be blue, right? Yeah, they're all supposed to be blue. That's why it didn't look right to me when I first made it, because I was like, I wanted this one to be like, you know, real blue, and then this one was. Wait a second. How did I want those colors? Now I'm confusing myself. I think this one was supposed to be white, and this one was supposed to be blue. I don't know. What color? Well, I don't want to ruin anything with those mean exactly. Shoot. Alright, so we're going to take out all these blues. Move the cloud. did I make all those part of the background? No. Okay. That's what I thought. Just this part? Jeez, I really can't think of what color I want to make them now. Because that blue isn't showing up very well. It shows up really, really good on the ice, though. Green? No, 'cause I should have made the blue ones green. It would show up very well on that ice. Should I do the... Let me see something real quick. Is that the ice? Yeah, I think that's the ice that I just placed down last session. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and knock that down quite a bit. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put it in the foreground. There's just a little bit of the old color still shining through there. Right here and right in here. And right in there. All the background of the woods there. Alright, so let's check out what this blue looks like over here now. Even whiter. Let's see, even whiter. Shit. See what it looks like. Just in the water. Cool. Damn it. It looks really nice with the color that's in the water. That's actually the color it's supposed to be, but I don't like that white on the sides just because that... Let's see here. Yep, there we go. It undid all those fey lights. Nice. Um. Let's see what we have here. Ugh. Shit. I was hoping the blue would help make the sparkles actually blue instead of white. Mm. We're gonna get it. It's gonna look delicious. All right. Ooh, what does black look like on this? Ooh. Shit, man. There, no. You still can't tell. Shit. Now, why do those ones show up? The blue is too similar? Is that what that is? Where the hell did he go? Ooh. Give it like a sickly look to it. Well, let's get rid of some of these blue. Okay. Oh, it shows up really nice on blue. That's crazy. You wouldn't think blue would show up very well in blue, but it shows up the best. Look at that. Ooh, oh. Purple and blue, huh? No, I like the blue up the way I did the blue up there. It makes the ice look freaking amazing. I need to think of a color I want to have down there. Really, really white shinies. Really, really white shinies. I think that's what we'll do. All right, so I found a black gradient that looks okay. It doesn't all need to be sparkly, you know. So it should be okay. You see the black dots there in that little forested area. I think that should be okay. The black and purple maybe together? How does that look? Do I? Yeah, that looks alright. Excuse me. Yeah, that looks fine. I put a little bit of light behind those mountains too. Not the whole mountain range, mind you, just a few of them, just to accentuate it. I'm not going to do the same thing up here. I could, but I just really like the way that this backdrop looks for like a less is more type approach. What I would really like is like a dark black light in here with the purples sparkles showing more, or white sparkles showing more, you know, being more sparkly, so to speak. But it's the world map, so it's whatever. It's fine. It has quite a. I mean, this world map has more detail than our real world map would have. All right, so we have that zone pretty much set. We have the lights pretty good. So many cities. All right, so let's finish out this area here, and this area here. Then we'll count them up, and then it'll be good. We'll call it a day until the next video. Alright, so in the rainforest, we'd probably have a lot of villages, outposts, you know, research teams going out and about, archaeologists, things like that. So we would have a few villages. Make that one a hamlet. Some hamlets around the city here. And the huge Metropolis that is the force of the Elves. And just so you know, the Thorps, those are only going to be on my map. And most hamlets are going to only be on my map. Just in case when they're going to explore, you know, when they're out of supplies and they're down on their luck and fatigued, and here comes a hamlet or a village or a Thorp, you know. Alright. I'm just deciding if it looks fine. Village trading post. Should I put it? I'm gonna put it towards the end here. So they all float up and down the river for the trading post. The Metropolis, of course, has a huge dock area all the way around it for smaller boats, though. They might have one dock for one or two docks for a major boats. But you see, there's only certain ways that the bigger boats could get out of this. This route right here especially is not open for boats, bigger boats. They'll get stuck. So it would be like this route and probably this route. These ones would be for smaller boats, or much smaller boats even. Rowboats. Alright, now we have this area up here. I haven't really decided much in resources that's going to go in here, but I could decide that later. We're going to have a hamlet there and a hamlet here. These little places over here are going to be thorps. But it's how close together they are which gives them their strength. I kind of created these trees so I could add these in here. I created these trees many sessions ago. Oop. See these cliff faces here. That would eat really far into the country. check out some of the other ones. Since the party said they didn't want to use this as the main map, they like the main map as it is. There's no point in trying to have features that were from that map, so we could actually change some of this just a bit. See, you can play with the bodies of water and stuff on the map forever until you get it exactly like you want it. So, like, even with everything I have on the screen right now, I could probably redraw these even better than they are now. But it's like, you can keep doing that forever and ever. And these maps that I'm making are going to be part of a collection that once the channel is bigger. You're just watching me make it now, but eventually all of this will be available for you to purchase. All my work. And you see how much work I put into this map. Probably going to have 25, 30 random encounter type maps and all the city maps and everything in one package. And then each individual world is going to be its own thing too. And eventually you'll be able to own and all my creation. You'll be able to own it. It's what I'm working on right now. I don't rightfully know exactly how long it's going to take because I don't exactly have a deadline either, you know. But I'm trying to make it so this way I'm working as diligent as I possibly can, so that at some point coming up, you know, I'll be able to hopefully makes a little bit of money off it, and then be able to continue. Are we gonna? Yeah. Let's see what this looks like with the entire area flooded. I don't know. Should I put a something down there? I could put something down there. Little villages or hamlets or something, right? You know, little pieces of land there. There's not a real reason to, I suppose. Make it inland delta. Oh my gosh. Let me see. The world map, I can have that, and then the regional map, I go, surprise, there's an extra city, something like that. Like maybe have some shady vendors or something down there. The black markets operate down there. So, I don't know, something. That does look a bit silly to go. It feels like such a drastic size difference, but I mean, it makes sense. I'm trying to think if I want to either extend this. Should I do another one on the same side or opposite? Yeah, that looks alright. Alright, so we got that there. And now we're going to go ahead and move these a bit. I like that. Looks like one long continuous hill. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and put this like right here. We're going to kind of zigzag it a bit and then close it off. There we go. Something like that. Alright, so we got a village outpost. What were we putting there? Just a town. A town that could become a city very easy and a metropolis down the line. Because look at all those gems that are going to potentially be around them. They got tons of woods, fresh water, lots of land, rather defensible. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to count all the types that we have. Alright, so we're going to go over to the left side and we are going to shrink this down a bit. I'm going to have to keep moving it. Alright, first we should count. Okay, I'm trying to think if I should do it left to right or if I should. Here's what I think I'll do. I'm gonna put outposts first. It's gonna include probably it's gonna include double counting because I'm gonna include the outposts in their actual size category, but I'm putting outposts separate, so those cities are gonna be double counted.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So first, let's count the Thorps. All right. So let's start out with these islands here. We have 2 Thorps. 3. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just write 15. There's probably a better way to count these, but alright, so hamlets. That's the ones that are 150 to 500 people. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 'Alright. Then villages, 750 to 2,000. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to guess we're going to have more of these than anything else. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Damn it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19, 21. 2, 3, 4, 25, 6, 27, 28. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I'm guessing village is going to be the most common size here. Like I said before, but let's see here. Let's go to towns. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Wow. 60 more towns than I thought. Alright, cities. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 2, 3, 4, 25, 6, 7, 8. All right. 28 cities. Woo. This is a rather populous place, huh? This is like the Forgotten Realms on steroids. There's probably at least 12 cities here that are bigger than Baldur's Gate, I imagine. Alright, let's do Metropolis. I'm gonna guess it's like 5 or 6, but let's count them. Nothing in the islands, which I'm thinking about it, but nothing in the islands right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 metropolises. That seems like a pretty decent number, actually. I was hoping for maybe 11, but 9's fine. 9's fine. Alright, then the outposts, the trade hub and the outposts are the same. The ones that don't have a size category, I'm not going to put them under a size category. And this is just really for my own knowledge. This doesn't really necessarily matter. It's kind of just so I can see how my population is dispersed. Well above and beyond what most people need to do. I just want to make sure there isn't blank areas where there's like just nobody for hundreds of miles. And there is, but there'll be NPC encounters and things along the way, so. Alright, so we got one trade hub. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 8. That's not big enough. That's not enough. And I haven't listed them all, but that's still because you can always throw in impromptu and traveling merchants and all that kind of stuff, and then you kind of I'm gonna have like a hub where merchants gather. They refresh on their supplies for themselves. Caravan guards and things like that can be hired from there, and all right. So we want to give the fjord. We want to give them access to trading outposts. So we can go with. Do we want to? Yeah, I'm thinking this piece of land right here. All right. So it's like at the front of their fjord. All these places over here come over. Put a little harbor in here. And over here, the Metropolis for sure. Well, no, because the Metropolis is gonna act as the trading post by default. There's no way to have a Metropolis and have no trade. So we would have to go with something deeper. Maybe right there. Town trading post. So this way all these places don't have to come all the way up. Alright, and then as we're about to go into the desert, perhaps outpost, trading post. I keep switching them up. I do that a lot with words. Freaking thesaurus. Alright, so let's just call it outpost because that's a lot. It's a lot smaller. Alright, so we have that village trading post. We have the Metropolis right here. Metropolis outpost. The reason I'm specifying on that Metropolis that's an outpost is because it's an oasis. It's a natural spot for trading to take place. I just really love the way I did that oasis, man. Alright, so we're up to 10 for trading posts. Where would another one possibly go? We have one to cover these islands. We have one to cover these islands. City, hamlet, city, thorpe, village, town. That city right there can't really because it's not protected from the elements at all. This village here before the first bend. Village outpost. Alright, then we want one on this river here too. City outpost. And like I said, once we add up the population and things for all these, we might end up getting rid of like 30-40% of these cities, these settlements, and we might downgrade some of these cities and towns to hamlets and villages. We don't know yet. And then I want to check over my metropolises and make sure it makes sense according to the resources I have in my head. That's going to be roughly around that, to support it. You have to kind of make sure that the settlements that you have are supported. And if they're not supported by what's nearby, why not? You can have a very, very, a very unique reason as to how a large city is developed in a place with no resources, or a place that's a constant conflict zone, or you could come up with great quests and entire story arcs off of those. Yep. All right. So 666 changes. Okay, we're going to make one more change. There we go. 670. All right. So this map is, from your perspective, is pretty much done. The next session that we run, we're going to be going over and changing the names from these places to city, village, hamlet into, proper city names. And then after that, I get to go to work on adding wiki pages for the big cities and things like that. Maybe some big movers and shakers in terms of NPCs. Maybe make entries on entire regions, the populations there, the trade goods. The goods themselves specifically can even have articles if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Maybe. We'll see. I say it now. Yep. So really, all that's left is the regional maps and naming the towns. So you'll be there for the naming of some of the towns. I don't know if you're going to want to sit there through 2 or 3, 5, 10 videos of me just naming towns and coming up with names. But I'll certainly give you 1, maybe 2 videos of me naming some towns. And then after that, look forward to the regional maps coming up. And then followed by the third world map. And redoing this over again for that map. And, we'll go on from there. And then we'll make maps of different planes of the cosmology wheel, and we'll make. I don't know if I should make world maps for those or regional maps. If I made a world map that was this detailed for each plane, nobody would be playing D&D anytime soon. So we'll see. It's a compromise, really. We'll see what's important. I might make a map of the most, like the top 3 or 4 planes, and then go from there. And it's just so I can have the work mostly done, besides the changes the players affect on the world. And then just go in here and just pop those changes in, and then save it, and then re-import the map. And it's not a big deal. But getting everything ready is the big portion. Adjusting to the players' decisions is not the hard part of D&D. Not for me, anyway. All right, so I'll catch you later. I'm going to upload this because it's quite late. But it's still in the same day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, just because of work, sometimes I'm not going to be able to have the videos out at the time that I want them out. But I'm going to make a very good effort to try to get the videos out on the day that I tell you that they're going to come out. All right. So stick with me. I'm just one dude trying to make it work out. Eventually, you know, as the channel grows, we might be able to get a second person in here to do some of the editing and things like that, so I can focus on making more videos. And, you know, we already have people work, you know, that are willing to do the painting, some painting of the 3D minis with me, the terrain and stuff, and we're gonna start getting that stuff, you know, going. This is the most important part, though, of D&D when you're homebrewing, is the world. And you can see just from this map that there's quite a whole hell of a lot for them to discover. And that's not including everything else. That's included in this map. And this is only one of 5. Or maybe 4. I still haven't decided on 4 or 5 or 6. 4, 5, or 6 is my number that I'm going with. Alright, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel. You know the drill. Like and subscribe. Let your friends know if this is something that they may be into. And let's grow the channel together. Can use your help. And I appreciate all you. So have a great day. And I'll see you soon.